Good morning. Welcome to Mitchie's Motivational Monday. How are we doing today, guys? So, as you can see, it's a little foggy out this morning. Had quite a bit of rain over the weekend, which is a blessing for many things. The grass is turning green again. Haven't seen the green grass in a little bit, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, and so this morning is a pretty good representation of how I woke up this morning. A little foggy, a little stuck in my head. I don't know why, not a clue. I mean, I could probably count a bunch of reasons, but so I put out this tweet this morning and kind of said just that, and need a little motivation to get going today. And my buddy Paulie P texts me or tweets back and says everybody needs, or he said sometimes people lean on other people to get motivated, and that's okay. So get motivated, Mitch. So here I am, working on it. Was a really good weekend this weekend. Had a nice time. Went out to this new restaurant the other day called Cruisin's, and they had a band, and it was a good time. It was nice. The atmosphere was great. And today I'm just kind of searching for the topic, searching for the words, and it kind of hit me, like Paulie's response to me kind of hit me. There's a lot of people that rely on others to help motivate them, and yeah, absolutely, that's okay. We wake up foggy sometimes. Sometimes this is our days, just foggy, and it's hard to let that sunshine burn that fog off sometimes. But what do? We don't give up. We don't just say I can't do it and not do it. We get up and we trudge through it, and that's what we do in life. Like, some days, man, we just have to trudge through the mud and get to the higher ground. And I think that's where I find myself today, this morning, trudging through the mud, getting to that higher ground today. And it all comes back to the mind. It all comes back to thoughts. It all comes back to getting out of being stuck in your head. It's just, I don't know. It's just tough times. That's all it is. It's just tough times. And, getting beyond those tough times, not focusing on the hard things or the difficulties or the challenges we face in life. Yeah, they all need to be addressed. And sometimes we put those things in boxes and try and push them away so we don't have to think about them. But what happens at that point is things tend to pile up. Things tend to pile up inside. And if we don't take the energy to sort those things, sort through what we put in those boxes, have resolution to what we put in those boxes, they just start overflowing, and it becomes a lot. So, I guess my advice today is, if you have boxes that you've set aside, if you've had things that have affected you, like I know many of my friends and family that have been affected by this whole Celsius collapse, that's a pretty big deal for a lot of people. And a lot of people had their, had their eggs in that basket. And by doing so, they allowed trust to another party to do what was right with their funds, to do what was right with their money. And the reality is, more often than not, when you put your faith into a third party, there's a lot of risk, and that could potentially lead to a bad situation. So being in control of what it is that you have, physically holding on to what you have, is probably the most important lesson that I think many people learn. And for some, it was a really hard lesson. And I wish them the best of luck. I wish all my friends the best of luck. I wish that, you know, things turn out well for at the end when this is all said and done. We'll see what happens. But so focusing on that, right? So many people are in that mindset. Many people are stuck in that horror that just happened. And, you know, stepping away from that, this past weekend, my friend Rebecca had a meetup in Pittsburgh, and a lot of good people were at that meetup, and they were able to pull it together. They were able to overcome the challenges that they were all facing with this whole collapse, and come together and still make something positive of it. That says a lot for people. That says a lot for the mindset of those that attended that event and those that were affected that attended that event. No matter how bad things in life get, you still got to move forward. You still got to move on. You still got to you know, attack the next day, because that's that gift that we're given, to be able to attack that next day, to do it, to just do it. And so kind of like bouncing all over the place today, but at the end, the message is to be able to sort out what's in your boxes, and don't get stuck in the box. You know, don't get stuck in that box. Get into it, sort things out, and move on. Sometimes it's easier said than done. You know, depression can be a really challenging thing, and anybody that's never experienced it could just say, snap out of it, you know, quit being depressed. Like, there's nothing to be depressed about. Just stop. Well, yeah, it's easy to say, not always easy to do. So have patience with yourself to get through those times. Have patience and forgiveness for yourself. You know, it's not your fault. Not everything is always your fault. Sometimes there's outside factors that come into play that make challenges that we don't have control over. But what we do have control over is how we pick ourselves up and how we move forward, how we move on. So, you know, get up today, get out there. Let's take this week on. Let's kick this day in the ass, and let's have a great day. It can be. Every day can be a great day. We just have to set the parameters for it and get out there and do it. So, Paulie, this one was for you, brother. Have a great day trucking. Keep the rubber down and get her done. So, I hope you guys have a great day. Love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.